Well, Israel's Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich says Hamas must be destroyed after the return of hostages from Gaza. The far-right minister says he will not vote in favour of a ceasefire deal with Hamas to end the war, but he has stopped short of threatening to bring down Netanyahu's coalition government. Well, for more, Nour Odeh joins us from Amman. She is there because the Israeli government has banned Al Jazeera from reporting from Israel, as well as the occupied West Bank. Just on Smotrich's comments, I mean, we know the Security Cabinet is going to convene a little later today. The deal has to be signed off. It doesn't sound like that's going to be straightforward at all.
Well, the deal will be signed. Israel will not enter into a confrontation with the United States, with Donald Trump, Tom, because there is an admission, even if it's not declared, that Israel does stand alone, and Donald Trump is the only one protecting it from the wrath of governments around the world. Netanyahu is still wanted by the ICC. Sanctions are being applied. So the right-wing coalition partners of Benjamin Netanyahu are not happy. They will not derail this part of the deal at the very least, and that will move forward because it means the release of all captives. What happens after that is still a question to be answered.
The first step of the agreement is for the Israeli military to wind down its operations. At this point in time, from what we have seen with explosions still ongoing in Gaza, that hasn't happened yet. Can you just run us through how that is going to work, though, and what the Israeli military has said so far today?
Yeah, these are delicate moments and very dangerous on the ground. The Israeli army has not received the orders to begin redeployment yet. So any movement by Palestinians attempting to check on their homes, to return to their neighborhoods, could be and are being met with fire. But the army has signaled it is ready to redeploy as soon as the orders are given. That could take up to 24 hours. But once the deal is approved, once the Israeli government gives the go-ahead, the expectation is that a ceasefire would be declared. And along the lines that were renegotiated, the Israeli army will withdraw, will leave the areas where there is high density of population, and allow Hamas to collect the living captives, to collect the bodies of Israeli captives that it can get to. And there are even reports about possibly needing the help of outside assistance experts in retrieving the bodies of Israeli captives in other areas of Gaza where the Israeli army remains. But the fact that all of those heavyweights were in the room in Sharm el-Sheikh, Tom, it really indicates just how much pressure, how much investment there is politically, regionally, and internationally in making sure this does proceed, and a momentum that could possibly prevent a return to war, as some like Smotrich would like to see. That momentum needs to be built up and kept up in order to make sure that the war does not resume.
Nour, maybe as part of this, we've just heard that the US envoy Steve Witkoff and White House advisor Jared Kushner, they're going to travel to Israel on Thursday evening. No doubt part of that pressure that Donald Trump and the White House is continuing to put on Netanyahu.
That is right, because Donald Trump considers this to be his win. He gave his word to the families of the captives, who in turn have also thanked him almost exclusively for reaching this deal. There is very little confidence in Israel that Netanyahu wants this deal to proceed, or is really or has ever considered the release of the captives to be a priority. Let's remind our viewers, this deal or something like it was on the table a year ago. Now, there are still a lot of details to be worked out, Tom. It's not just phase one. It's not just about the release of captives. An agreement has been reached on allowing, finally, aid to return to Gaza after Israel engineered a famine in the past months. But then you have the other questions, that so-called stabilization force. Who will be forming it? How many soldiers will it require? What kind of mandate will it have? How will it be worked out? What kind of role will the Palestinians play in their own governance? These are pressing issues that the Arab mediators and Turkey and other Muslim countries are pushing on the table, talking to the United States, to Steve Witkoff about. No doubt he will be taking those questions and discussing them with Netanyahu when he arrives on Thursday, later on Thursday in Tel Aviv.
Thank you so much, Nour Odeh, for us there in Amman.
Don't miss out. Get a full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news, expert insight. Like, share, stay ahead.